and get him doing some of those fantastic three-ways with you. Um, so just before I turn the time over to him, he wanted me to kind of tell you what I have been doing. And so one of the big things that I decided to do this week was to start going through my contacts on my phone. And I literally started with the letter A, and I just have sent out that new video to every single A contact in my phone working on the B's. I'm just sending them just a quick short note, letting them know that I, checking in, seeing how they're doing. Could you watch this video and give me just a quick feedback? Tell me what you thought. So I'm excited to see where that goes. And I've also got, I don't know if any of you ever go to physical therapy, but if you do, talk to your therapist, share some restore, talk to them about fuel. I actually have a lady on the line right now. She owns 4 physical therapy locations. So we are working on getting fuel and restore and lift into all of those 4 locations, having her sign up and get going with the program. We've already got several of her employees all excited about it, and so they are working with her and pressuring her to get that started. That's just an awesome idea that you guys can share and get into that idea with if you're doing any physical therapy. So I don't want to take up your time. I want to send the time over to Neil. He is the man with the plan, and he is going to teach us how to get where he is at. Just one little word of advice: don't ask for directions from someone who hasn't been where you're going. And Neil has been where we're going, so let's all follow Neil. Neil, take it away.
Thank you for the kind words. I care a lot more than I am good. And it's funny. It's funny what you said there. It's awful funny when that's actually a training. But I'll give you a little sneak peek here. It's called a tour guide versus a travel agent. Cracks me up. Everybody wants to tell you where to go. Everybody wants to be a travel agent, but there's just not many tour guides. Tour guides can tell you how and what to do. A travel agent just tells you where to go. It's never been there before. So that's awesome. We didn't even have that segue planned. Congratulations on what you're doing with the video. What Lori's doing is that's what we call massive action. Just a pro tip here. I'm not sure most of you know this, but we work together. Only expose the amount of people that you can follow up with in a timely manner. What I mean is, if you're not working this full time, you probably don't want to send 20 videos a day. You probably don't want to spend 10 a day because you only want to expose the amount of people that you can follow up with, because everybody knows the fortunes in the follow up. So I will start, and as promised last week. Last week will be the longest we've ever had. I'm not a firm believer in anything past 20, 25 minutes, unless someone wants to stay on and ask questions. But number one, welcome to every new team member, every new partner that we have this week. We take your alignment very, very serious. Proud to have you too. And had a little preview last week on running the bases. Expose, follow up, close. I know all the brand new partners that has joined us. Excuse me. They have watched last week's training, and I'm going to say this a million times. Where 99% of the people fail is they skip second base. When you stop skipping second base, your business will double and triple and quadruple and make it. It'll be as big as you want. Now, the people that texted me their paperwork from last week, there was a common denominator. Everybody had zeros on their 3-way calls. Now, I'm not a crack the whip kind of trainer. I was taught a long time ago you cannot intimidate and motivate at the same time. However, I'll be a little lenient as far as the numbers go because we just got our hands on the new company overview Monday night at 10 o'clock Eastern. So let's try to do better next week because I promise you, The three-way phone calls is where everybody fails. Everybody can pass out a video to sample. And oh, something exciting. If you guys have not seen the brand new Restore video, everything's always will always be posted in our private WhatsApp. It'll always be posted on Van's RVP, Steve's RVP, my RVP page. But in case someone hasn't seen it, that new Restore video is awesome. And a little hint, the one is the next product, little sizzle coming, and I can promise you it is it's outstanding. Okay, week 2. I've been asked to do this training a few times. It's called Real Fear versus Fake Fear. Now, this fear is this fake fear in our industry or our business is something that me personally, my personality, my DNA, my mind, whatever. This fake fear has never been a difficult thing for me. Trust me, I learn and try to get better every single day. But the fake fear is nothing that I've ever had to overcome. And unfortunately, a large percentage of the population, they have this what I call fake fear. Now let me break down real fear for a second. Let's say you and your family are on a safari in Africa, and the vehicle that you're in breaks down, and you guys decide that you need to walk to get to the next village. And there's a bear bearing down on you. It's 30 knots. Okay, that's what we call real fear. Real fear is a big spider. So that is a real fear. I think the one lady that I did the training along 6, 8, 10 months ago, I used a python in your bathtub. Okay, that's what we call real fear. And that's legitimate, and you probably should be overcome with fear. Now, this fake fear, which a lot of people can't overcome, and I try to have some empathy here because this is one of the things I haven't. If you're looking at it, we all have it. We all have the memory jogger. We've all shared it. And depending on someone's goal, 500 a month, 1,000 a month, 10,000 a month, your prospect list will be bigger. But we're just going to use an average of 50. 50 prospects. You know, Rob says write down 100 dreams. And the training that we did last week, if you have a smaller goal, you can probably start with 25 or 50 prospects. If you have a large goal, you're probably going to need 100 to 200 prospects, 300 prospects moving forward. But just for today, we're going to use 50. Okay, now remember the real fear. There is a 10,000-pound bear behind you chasing you. Now let's talk about the fake fear that people just can't overcome, and they let it steal their dreams. If you're looking at a 50-person list and you have any amount of fear, that is fake. When you're looking at the prospect list and you see Uncle Joe, the plumber, and he tells you that healthy coffee is stupid, who cares? That's fake. If you go down the list and you see this lady's, oh my gosh, she's an esthetician, and you're scared that she thinks balance, which is 2,950% more powerful than glutathione, if she thinks that's stupid, who cares? And say you go in the grocery store and you've got this sample in your hand and you see this person and you're the butterflies in your stomach. You're like, oh my gosh, there he or she is. Now it's okay because you may look up to this person, or this person may be a high influencer. There's a couple tips here. That fear you're feeling in your gut, that little anxiety, that might be real, but the fear is fake. Because if you just walked up and just be yourself and share your sample, and let's just say they're a complete butt, and they're like, Mark, these things don't work. I don't. This energy drink's not that healthy. Who cares? Just go on. But let me also give you a tip. That person, when you see that person that gives you those butterflies, let me tell you a little secret. That's who will make you the most money. That's who will help the most lives. And that is who will explode your business. Just now, I know everybody right now, you're thinking about that person that you saw at a ball game or the grocery store, and you're like, man, why in the world did I not give them a sample? Why in the world did I not share that video? Because let me tell you what's going to happen if you don't overcome this fake fear. I talked to Van this morning. As we start gelling, as we start molding, as we start coming into what I'm going to call the growth and the momentum phase, here's what's going to happen. The videos start going viral. The before and after pictures start going viral. The people that's the chronic pain, the inflammation, you get my point. As we start getting bigger, as we start duplicating, as we start infiltrating the cities, the states, social media, even though social media is a train wreck. I mean, I talked about it last week. I use it because it's free. It's not how I build my business. Have I got customers from it? Sure. Actually, I got a customer that upgraded to a partner, but I've been working on it for 2 years, and I use the baseball diamond. So here's what happens if you don't overcome this fake fear. Here's what's going to happen. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow. I don't know if it'll be next week. I don't know if it'll be 6 months from now. Here's what I know. Somebody's going to walk up to you and ask you if you've ever heard of Lifewise. Somebody's going to walk up to you that you know. They're in your phone. You saw them in that grocery store. You saw them at that midget league football game. They're going to walk up to you and say, have you ever heard of Lyft? I know you drink or you used to drink unhealthy energy drinks. Have you ever heard of this company that's all plant-based? And you want to talk about something that stings? Ask me how I know. Because before I had a mentor come into my life and I had that little gut burn. Remember, I don't have any fear of rejection or fear of they think my coffee's stupid or whatever it was back then. But we're all human. I had that little burn. I'm like, oh my gosh, this person. I was 25 or 30 years old. And you want to find out what's really alarming, but it helped me and changed my life? Take a wild guess. It wasn't him, it was his wife who actually joined the first company that I was involved with. And I think it was platinum or maybe diamond. I don't know what it was. Her and that family ended up going diamond. So guess what? Big lesson learned. So fake fear versus legitimate fear. And I don't want that to happen to any of you guys because it stings. And it's just a matter of being yourself, your own personality. And I like to use this analogy, and this will be the last analogy on this one. Bob Evans are big around where I live. So if you don't have Bob Evans where you live, think about a breakfast restaurant that's packed, or a diner, maybe a Waffle House. Everybody gets packed 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. 90% of the people are drinking coffee. So guess what? It's time for the lady or the waiter to come by with that brand new full cup of coffee, and she's hitting every single table in the entire dining room. Would you like more coffee? Do you think it affects her when someone says, no, thank you, I'm good, or no? She just goes on to the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one until she's hit the entire dining room. Those no's didn't affect her. Those no's didn't have, she didn't have that fake fear. It's the same thing, guys and gals. I promise you it's the same thing. Fake fear, legitimate fear. Now, let's talk about something real fun. And the simplest thing you may ever do in your life. And remember my saying, This is one of the bad things. Well, it's not my saying, it's probably Jim Rohn's. If it's easy to do, it's easier not to do. And that'll come back and bite you on what you're sitting on. Now, I've done this a lot, and I've seen a lot of people enhance their business on the ATM. ATM. Most people have been to an ATM. What happens when you go to an ATM? You get money. It's the exact same thing here, but in our business, it stands for add, tag, message. Now, if you remember last week when I told you and what I do on welcome calls, every single customer, I invite them to Lifewise testimonial page. Every single partner, I invite them to Hope Brokers. Now, he or she who masters this ATM, you watch what happens over time. Add, tag, message. We'll start with Lifewise testimonial. See, every single day, I invite at least one prospect. Now, you can't do a prospect to Hope Brokers. That is private for partners. Now, you can add your prospect to Lifewise testimonial page. That's just a customer consumer page. Now, watch this. Let's say you've been working on, and if you haven't done this previous today, congratulations for being in this Lockstep, because this will enhance your business over time. It's not going to double it tomorrow, but it's all about consistency and persistency. ATM, add, tag, message. You're prospecting somebody and they have chronic pain. Obviously, we all know restore. So here's what happens. You've talked to them. Maybe you have already sent the video. Maybe they haven't taken a sample yet. Whatever the case may be, but you've talked to them and you sent them the video. Everybody likes to be added to something private. So they're special, and they are special. So I would call and say, hey, I know you watched the video, and we haven't had a chance to get our three-way phone call yet. Is it okay? And you have to have their permission. Can I go ahead and add you to our Lifewise testimonial page? I want you to see all the testimonials. Add. Okay, now, as we get bigger, as we get more activity, there's going to be more testimonials posted in these pages every single day, every week. In my goal is in the next 6 months to have somebody posting every hour. Now watch this. We've got the A. Tag. Somebody goes in Lifewise testimonial page, or it could be an old one, but someone goes in and they put in their chronic pain inflammation testimony on restore. Take a wild guess what T is. You're going to tag that prospect of yours that is dealing with arthritis, autoimmune, chronic pain, neck, back, whatever. You tag them in that testimonial. Then guess what the M is? You're going to message that person. Hey, Sally, I just tagged you in a testimony from a person that deals with exactly what you're dealing with. Now, this is where you should really start thinking, holy cow, AKA third-party validation, AKA it's a three-way call without a three-way call, because the third-party validation is the testimony that wasn't yours. Now, let your mind wander here. If you add one a day or you add two a day, I wouldn't add more than two a day. That's just getting too many. One a day or two a day will help you with whatever goal you want to as far as exposure. Now, watch. This is anything. It's sleep, skincare. Someone's sick and tired of taking 10 bottles of junk. They want the one. Immune, cognitive. You get the point. Fast forward 6 months from now, you've added, let's say, 30 people a month. 6 months from now, you've got a couple hundred people ATMing and you have taught your team to do the exact same thing, which now you have 400 people. Everybody's adding, tagging, and messaging on hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of testimonials. It's like a slot machine stuck on pay for their health and our revenue plan. Guys, I'm telling you, this is the simplest thing in the world to stay consistent on. I do it every day. Does it work sometimes? No. They're busy or they're fishing, but they still see the notification. ATM is a massive, massive game changer for me in my business, my productivity, and my exposure. Every time I see someone, the nurse I just told you about, every time someone posted about the one restore or shield, I add, well, she's already added, I tagged her and messaged her. Her name's Brandy. Those are the two biggest things I wanted to go over with today is the real fear and the fake fear and the ATM. Implement those two things on the fear part. That's something you'll have to overcome yourself. Tell yourself this is fake. This is not real. It's just my nerves. And over time, you'll get over it. ATM, add, tag, message. Lori, what's the time? I think you're still muted.
It is 11:51.
11:30, 21 minutes. Beautiful. Okay, now here's what we're going to do. If anybody has to go, that is the conclusion of this week. However, is there anyone that has any questions on either thing I talked about today or even last week? Feel free. Make sure they're not muted now, Lori, please, and thank you.
Yep, they have the ability to unmute, or I can unmute them all.
And does everybody know how to unmute? I tell you what, just go ahead and unmute it. Go ahead and unmute everybody, just in case someone's like me and probably don't know how to unmute. Any questions whatsoever? There is no stupid. Yes.
I have a question. How often, many times do you reach out to someone if they're not responding to your calls or your messages?
Great question. There is a difference in a follow-up and bugging the absolute crap out of somebody. About 3 or 4 times, probably the 4th time I'll do something like this. Hey, look, I do not want my help. And I say this exact words. I do not want my help to become a hindrance. I've reached out, 2 or 3 times, and you must be busy, and I don't want to be that person. Is it okay if I reach out to you when I get something new? Okay. It's crazy. They'll respond and say yes. AKA new would be the new restore video. Tuesday, I think if it's done, Dr. Becca may have the second one done. Anytime we get something new, now I say I don't want my help to become a hindrance, because you can call. Well, number one, you shouldn't be that person, and number two, I call it hatching eggs. We can't hatch partners here. If you have to convince someone that they need to take a whole food plant-based or something, then you probably got to convince them to take it. You got to call them every night. Hey, don't forget to take your clean. So about 3 times. About 3 times.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Anybody? Going once?
I just want to make a comment.
Sure.
This is good stuff. And, that question that was just asked, the little simple questions that you might not think that, really there's no need to be asking that question. It's a super simple. I want you guys to understand there is no such thing as a stupid or a too simple question. That's how we lose. That's how we win, is by getting clarification on the little things that maybe you're just not really 100% sure on. I even called and had a conversation with Neil today about a question that I had, and so you guys don't be afraid to ask your questions on this call, right? Because that's how we're all going to grow and learn together.
That's right.
Appreciate you, Neil.
Hey, thank you, Bob. Anybody else going once? Going
Hey,
twice?
Neil,
Yes.
this is Barb.
Hey, Barb.
I confessed at conference that I have spent way too much money on an outside trainer.
Uh-huh.
But one thing that I always remember is that trainer lived in his dad's house his whole life. His dad was a network marketer that was making millions a year.
Mm-hmm.
And he asked Fraser 16 times to join his business before Fraser finally said yes.
Great point.
And if that had not happened, we wouldn't have a trainer that makes billions of dollars a year training
Great point.
anyone.
Now, great point. Now, remember what I said. After the third or fourth time, every single time something new comes out, it doesn't matter if it's an ingredient.
Yeah.
And remember, I just told you about Brandy. It was 2 years. What I didn't do was sit on her and hatch like a chicken. I kept dripping. So, yes, you're 100% right. Yeah, you don't stop after 3 or 4.
Product how long you give them.
You don't stop. It's just you do it differently. Like that person you're talking about. I doubt very seriously they called him 16 times in a row. I bet it was 16 times over a year or whatever. But yes, that's an awesome, great point. That's why every single time, like say for instance, this person that we're talking about, let's say the video, the sizzle, let's say it gets done Tuesday, like we hope. Guess what? Somebody that you prospected 6 months, 4 months, a year ago, there's something new. So yes, you never give up on anybody unless, they give you a hard no and say, hey, look, if you ever call me about this again, and then maybe you might want to give them a break. Yeah. But yes, you are correct, Barb. That is correct. 1,000% correct.
I actually had a guy that I was following up with, and I was being consistent. And he sent me a message. He said, look, stop calling me or I'm calling the cops for you harassing me. So guys, in that situation, do I want that kind of guy in my team? Absolutely not. So he definitely was off my list.
True. Yeah, great question, Barb. Great point, Barb. Yes. And on that topic, since you brought it up, I'm not saying that there's not people out there that care. I'm not saying that there's people out there that don't know what they're talking about, because they do. But 96% of the people that's going to charge you all this money, what they have to say is nothing new. What they have to say is nothing different. They just give you a lot of just really cool analogies. They give you really cool one-liners, and they give you really cool tips that you can find in any book. You can probably find from anybody, but it's okay. We've all done it. I used to spend money on leads. How funny is that? I look back and say, Neil, what was wrong with you? But that's how we learn. But yeah, never give up on anybody unless they tell you they want to call the cops. Then you probably should let them go. But great point, Barb. 100% great point.
I have a question, Neil.
Yes.
It's Mark. I have given out quite a bit of product, and I followed up with this one lady, and she still hasn't tried it to this day. I gave her 3 of the ones. Do I ask her for it back?
That's a good question. I thought I've been struggling. I've been struggling with going over some of the things that I do, because I don't know if Rob will freak out, but I'm going to be real with you. I don't give out as many free samples as I probably give out less free samples than I have than anybody that's hit my rank or been fortunate enough to hit my rank. You know what? I'm just going to be honest with you. I made $40,000 a month in my last build, and I didn't give out $500 in samples. I charge for samples. Not every time. I charge for them. Here's why. If somebody's not going to invest 8 minutes and watch my company overview, they're probably not going to take the perk. You know what they're going to do? They're going to put it in their purse like it's a piece of trash or a piece of gum. They're going to take the fuel. They're going to throw it by their magazines. Now, I'm not saying don't do the 222. I didn't say that. I said if somebody's not engaging with me and they don't promise me that they're going to watch the 8-minute overview, perk's $1, lift's $1. Now, Rob's probably going to call and shoot me, but fuel's $5. It's a meal. It's a meal. Now, if they promise me that they're going to watch my 8-minute video, or they're the person that is in rheumatoid arthritis, they can't hardly move, and they promise me they'll watch the 8-minute overview and the 2-minute new sizzle, yeah, I might give them 10, 2 a day for 5 days. But I'm telling you right now, people will take advantage of you. Everything you give them for free, they will take it. We're not Chick-fil-A, people. And here's what now you got me on a roll. Do you know what's funny? I used to sell. We had in my last company, we had a bundle of 5 shakes. It was 5 packets, 1 a day for 5 days. Do you know how many of those I sold for $15 a pop? And I just kept reinvesting my money and buying more samples, number one. Number two, they gave me $15 to shut me up. And it was $15. Here's 5 lunches for $15. Now in fuel, it would be 5 lunches for $25. If they're not going to promise me they're going to watch the video, they're not getting my free sample. Now, I don't know I'm not saying do that. I'm saying that's what I do. Now, that works for my personality. It may not work for you. But here's what I will tell you, Mark. They do not get another one.
Right.
But no, I would not call. Now, if you have a very good relationship with this person and you trying to overcome a certain fear, I'll tell you exactly what I do. Hey, Mark, I gave you 2 perk and a lift 5 days ago, and you still have not tried them. I understand that. Hey, I'm going to be running by on my way to Sam's. Is it okay if I run by and pick those up? Because I have another lady that is absolutely dying to try the perk and the lift, and my shipment didn't come in today. I've done that 1,000,000 times.
Nice. Yeah.
But be careful.
I got another question for you, Neil. So would you recommend that people are leading with the video and not necessarily the product? And when I say that, I'm not saying that we don't talk about the products. In other words, do we get the video to a person first and have them watch that and do the follow-up, and then when they have an interest after having watched the video, find out what they would like to try and then provide these samples? Or would you do the samples with them in the very beginning and just make sure that when you give them that sample, you also are giving them the video? I'm just curious to know if there's a unique way that you do it. I usually do it where I give a sample and then I give them the video. They always will get the video moving forward because that is an amazing tool.
Yeah, I always do. I'm always video first. It's free. Now, our samples, we have the best ingredients with the best climate and the best soil at the best price. But at the end of the day, if you're sampling and not following the basis, or there's nobody engaging with you, this can get very expensive. And the video is free. And, somebody will sit and watch 72 series on Netflix, but they won't watch an 8-minute overview, they're not getting my sample because they're not going to take it. Now, is that every time? No. If you've got a high influencer, a nurse, a pastor, a cop, a coach, you all know what that means. I'm not saying I don't give sample. I'm not saying that. I'm saying they have to earn my free sample. Just same thing Mark's going through. Do you know how many samples are sitting at the end of somebody's coffee table or their junk table or the bottom of their purse?
Or they just throw it away.
Or they throw it away. Now, if they're going to bold-face lie to me and they promise me they'll watch my 8-minute video and they take perk and they give it to their cat, well, there's nothing I can do about it. But they mentally told me, they mentally promised me, Neil, I'll give you 8 minutes. Now, if you've got someone that's full-blown, they just flat out don't care about nothing except restore. I mean, they could care less about nothing. I'll say, okay, I'll make you a deal. I want you to know we are different. I want you to know we are 100% clean and we are natural. If you'll watch an 8-minute overview on who we are, what we believe in, and a 2-minute sizzle, I'll give you a week's worth of restore. Because watch this, how restore works. We all know there's 60, four packs of 15. If you take one of them and you cut 5 off, you got 10, obviously. So 2 a day for 10 days. That means you can sample 6 people per box. Now, if someone's really bad, they've been dealing with something for 30 years, you may want to give them 15. 1 in the morning, 2 at night for 5 days. That means you can sample 4 people. They are not getting that product until they watch the 8 minutes and the 2-minute. And if they're in pain that bad and they want to try something they've never tried before and they won't give you 10 minutes, they're not getting my sample. So, I'm being real and I won't lie to you. So bad video first for me. Always, always, always.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And my job is we're all a team here. Whether you're in my downline, I hate that word, but it is what it is. If you're either in my downline or not, even if we weren't connected from the profit sharing pool, starting from not executive, that's for the executives. So we're all connected from the bronze, the silver, and the gold. So everybody's in everybody's team. When people join this, my number one goal is to watch out for you and do everything I can for you as far as mentorship, ideas, tips. But I'm telling you, you'll go broke if you don't follow a system and treat this like you've got a $500,000 investment like you do a Subway. How many 6-inch subs are you going to give away when you have $500,000 invested in the company, in the business? Just because you only got $99 invested in 60 lift, you take $99 and times that by 15 over the year. They have to earn my samples. I'm not telling you all what to do. I'm telling you they have to earn my samples 90% of the time. Please let me be very clear on this. If there's a pastor and he's got the worst chronic pain ever, I'm probably going to give it to him. I'm talking about on a 90-10 percentage, they're going to earn my samples. 10%, I may be a little lax or a little overly giving. That's what I do.
I think I'm like
Neil, and that's exactly what I was hoping that you would say, because guys, I think I know some of you all that are on this call, you're giving an enormous amount of products out for free, and a lot of those people are not using the products. They're not taking your calls when you follow up from them. Guys, I've been guilty of doing it too, handing out a whole bunch of products and then the people not being able to reconnect with them. And I don't want us to all get discouraged because we're spending all this money on samples and we're not having success. And so I think with this video, we need to do exactly what Neil was talking about. It's something I've started doing as well, is lead with the video. And then when we reconnect with them, we find out if they have an interest at that point. And then if they do, then like he said, we can use a little short sizzle video on a product and then give them the samples to try. I think our results, I think that our success in bringing customers and partners in this business is going to increase tenfold, if not 100-fold,
It
by
will.
us doing that.
It will. I think somebody else, is that John?
Yes.
Yes,
I
right.
think we're all guilty of it. I know I've given out an insane amount, and Van knows this, of product. And, you know, it gets to be pretty taxing when you're giving out that kind of product at a time. So I think what you're saying is the best way to go. Lead with the video, and then if they're interested, then go with the product. And I think that's a smarter way.
That's what I do. Now we're talking about local here.
Yeah.
Now we start talking about postage. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Postage is a different story. I send them the 8-minute video, and I send them what I used to do was, I'm not paying for my sample and $6 in postage until they come to me. What I did was, if they're not going to invest 24 minutes in Ingredient Matter, then it's $5 for the fuel and it's $4 shipping. Now, I would do, because this is the way the companies, this is where we're shifting. We're all going to the same tune. Someone that's out of town, they're going to watch the 8-minute video, and I'm going to have a conversation on what their issue is. And they have to call me back and tell me the 2 favorite things from that video before I'm spending my money on postage.
Awesome.
Or they're paying for it.
Right.
Period. Hey, now you hit Crown Black Diamond and you're making $10,000 a week, but you do this training with your new people and you duplicate this forward. If you want to go pass out $35 freaking sample packs all day long, I would say do it, but you better be careful. You know why? How many people can pass out $35 per person sample packs? You can't. It's not. The math doesn't work. You know what I do with these? And we're going way over. So if anybody has to go, please go. But and by the way, these are very, very important topics and questions. Very important. So make sure when you share this, you tell them the Q&A was good. You know what I do with these? Someone that I just hardly can't get closed, and that they want to order so bad. I'll take 2. I'll take this experience pack, and I'll give them 2 of each. That's what I do with those. Okay. I'll use it for an incentive. But I won't never. Somebody would have, in order for somebody to get a full one of these, they would have to watch the 8-minute video, Ingredients Matter, and they would have to have a conversation with me to get that, because that's not duplicatable. That's what is that, $35? I can't even remember what it is. $35. So be careful when you're sampling, and be real careful on your postage for free.
Thank you. Because being a Canadian, I have a lot of people in the US, and they asked me to mail them.
No, absolutely not. No, that math doesn't even work. That doesn't even make business sense. No, do not let them take advantage of you. That's what a video's for. A video's free. Now, if you if it's the right person, I don't know what in Canada I would probably have them split the shipping, because you just can't keep doing that. Or get a team member in the United States and Venmo them the $5 or $6. You can't mail samples from Canada to the US. That unless you have an unlimited budget.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We're all working
Good.
towards that.
That's right.
Hey,
That's right.
Shirley, I have one question. How
Yes.
many of us actually got a sample before we joined?
Not me.
Not me.
I joined before I even knew what the products were, guys.
I joined before there was products.
You know, it was about the vision, it was about the leadership, it was about what we were going to be able to do for other people and the opportunity that we had available, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's important to note that what we've talked about tonight, we are not saying at all that it's not important to sample. That's not where we're going on this.
Not at
And I
all.
think
Right.
Neil would agree. It's
Not
just
at
the
all.
way that we do it, because if we don't, you're gonna get discouraged and you're gonna spend a lot of money. So
A
we
lot.
got to use the tools and follow the system, get the bases loaded, and keep those people going through the bases, right, Mr. Neil?
Yep. And it was that Barbara just said that?
Yes, Neil, it's Barb.
I'm glad you said that because I wanted someone else to say it besides me. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked the amount of people that'll watch the 8-minute video and get on a 3-way phone call. You'll be shocked how many people will purchase that haven't even tried a sample.
Yep.
I didn't say don't sample. Didn't say that. You'll be shocked because the video casts our vision on clean, natural, cost-effective, no isolates, where we want to go. That's the vision we're casting.
Right. I mean, I agree that samples are important.
Mhm.
Look at Mary Kay. They've been in business since 63. And what
True.
did they do? They gave you a little bag and said, go out and sample. So it's a system. And if we have a system and we follow this system, that's what's important.
You guys are kicking butt already, and this is only week 2. Holy cow. Anybody else? Please remember when you're passing this out. I mean, now I don't care who you pass it out to. I've already told Rob I ask for forgiveness before I do permission. Once this recording gets posted in WhatsApp, and you all do with what you want to, it's very important to tell people that we had an unbelievable Q&A after. So tell them it went over, but it was only 21 minutes. But you guys ask these type of questions, they're very powerful and they're very important. And if I can, the sampling, I think I saw a few of you, the light bulb. You had a light bulb moment, and that means a lot to me because I was that person. I spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on samples. I'm like, what in the world? Well, then I had a mentor come in. And that's when
This was
everything
definitely one of the best calls we've been on so far. This definitely opened up news perspective.
makes my day, man. Anybody else?
Yeah, I have
Question? All right.
a question. Can we, I mean, several of the diamonds have said they would do 3-way calls with me. Is that okay, or are we limited, or?
No, I committed to this. What I'll have to do with this group is set an appointment with me so I can do it, because I'll have to put it in my planner because as this is growing, and then my team, obviously, the amount of videos that has went out since Tuesday in my team, because I that's all I talk about, is astronomical. However, I've got some layered leadership. Obviously, Lori, Steve, Corey, I've got Jenna, but I do want to do at least 2 or 3 3-way calls with each and every one of you, just so you can hear the format. But yes, all you have to do is text me directly, because I've got every one of you now saved under Lockstep. All you have to do is text me, say I need a 3-way at this time, and it will set it.
Thank you.
Yep, I'd love to. You're welcome.
Thank
Anybody?
you.
You're welcome. Well, thank you guys. This was awesome, and anytime you need me, text me. I'll get with you as fast as I can. Leave me, like I just told, leave me a text if you want a 3-way phone call. And Lori, thank you for running this. And as soon as you get the recording, you can either text it directly to me or feel free to go ahead and put it in our private WhatsApp.
All righty.
Thank you all. Happy Saturday.
Yes,
Stop
thank
the
you,
recording
Neil.
now. Everybody have
Thanks,
a
guys.
fabulous day.
Bye, y'all.
Thanks, Neil.
You're welcome.
Bye, everyone.